Hello, so today I'm going to show you how to start the F-4 really quickly using a procedure I've sort of come up with. I haven't written this down yet, it's very much work in progress, but it seems to work well. Maybe there's a few steps I'm missing, maybe there's a few steps I could cut out, but this seems to be working quite well for me. It's not an official checklist by any means. There's no health and safety checking or anything like that, any systems checking. It's just if you need to scramble, you need to get up quickly. You know, if you don't have the luxury of time on your hands or on your side, then this is the sort of, more or less, it's a pretty solid startup procedure. So we've got power connected. I'm going to put my helmet on so we can talk to the ground crew, and so it's out the way, of course. Whilst we're putting that on, I'm going to turn these lights on. Okay. And well, we need to obviously not just put the helmet on to talk to the guys. We also need to select our power to be the off-board or outboard ground unit. So now we've got that. I'll open up the menu and we'll go to external air source. Connect to right engine. Always do the right engine first. And
on the right.
start airflow. Now, I'm going to show you a important step. You may have noticed, I think it showed there was some ladders here, but as you saw when I started the hose up and everything, the ladders disappeared. So that's something important, and there's a much bigger point which I'd like to make, and that is when you come to doing the left engine, instead of doing stop airflow, disconnect, and then connect to left engine, you simply select connect to left engine, start airflow, and by skipping those 2 extra steps, you don't have to use the menu as much, and it just saves you a little extra time. Okay, now our RPM is at 21%, or just slightly under, so that's good. We've got the required RPM. Engine start switch over there, it's just a momentary switch. Our master engine to on, and then press the ignite button. You're supposed to move it forward as you do it, but actually I can't do that, I don't think anyone can. So I'm pressing it after I get it out of the off position. I'm going to bring the throttle to the middle position, briefly, momentarily. It's not just the training mission that says bring it forward for a moment. It's actually in some period documentation. Just bring it forward. There we go. That's our right engine done. Now we will air source. Here it is. Here's the trick. Left engine.
Roger.
There it is, connected to the right engine. And the ground crew are going to move it right there. Perfect. Air source. Start airflow. Coming up, 30%. These engines take a really long time to get started on the power. See, it gets even more slower the closer you get to 21%. And I guess you could start it around 19. I don't know, maybe you'd probably be safe at 20, but I think just to not have any problems, to make sure you're not messing around, just start at 21%. Okay, and we're there. So 90s. I'm not quite sure the function of that middle switch is, but it's there for a reason. So turn it on. Put it to middle position for a moment. There we can see the engines spin up. There we go. And I normally release the ignite engine around. Sorry, I forgot to move the throttle back around 40 to 50%, just to be safe. Okay, now the engine's spun up. I'm going to select our generators to come. Well, our generators to come online, so we're not using the power unit from the ground. Yeah. Stop air source.
If you cycle Gen 2, I can start.
Okay, perfect. So we'll
Roger.
turn on our INS
What
alignment.
alignment do you want?
Alignment, since the jet hasn't moved since I last started up, we can use the bath alignment, because technically the coordinates and everything is stored. But if the jet had moved after the INS system was powered off, or we want it to be particularly accurate, then you use the full alignment. That takes 12 minutes, and the bath alignment takes 2.5. So yeah, check, stop power, disconnect.
Roger.
Perfect. Okay. Remember, we still have the chocks on, so
Yes, sir. External power.
don't forget those.
Disconnected.
All right, perfect. Okay. So we've got our gyro mode there if we want it. Here's our chaff and flare panel. Well, controls for it. Our gun camera if we want that on. There it is. Right there's an extra picture switch for the camera. Don't know how it functions exactly, but there it is. There's our dampeners. Turn all three on. Perfect. There's a nav radio there if we want it. Let's see. I think that's there. I think that's there. Engine de-ice. If it's cold, we turn that on, but since it's warm, we leave that off. There's our anti-skid. Turn that on. There's our oxygen. We'll turn this to normal oxygen and a supply on. Even though technically we need it only above, is it 10,000 feet sea level? Can't quite remember. Anyway, so we've got our flaps and our nose and our taxi light. So let's do our flaps first. Bring the flaps downward, but not fully out, but just partly down for takeoff. That's that out. And our nose trim. Good. Put this to the 1, because we're on a fairly short runway, so we need to be aggressive in getting airborne. Very keen on getting airborne. Okay, our taxi light if we want it. Taxi light up. And we've got our landing light at the bottom. Turn it up. Okay. What else? We've got our radar missile if we want that on. If we need to scramble, then the option is there for it. Turn it on there. We've got our DCSG, or is it DSCG? Can never remember. Our display, if you want that on radar, turn that up. There's our radar display. And here's a gun sight. We'll put that on standby, or cage, whichever really. But it has to be, I think it has to be in something, because if you start doing maneuvering, like even taking off, it could damage the gyros. I believe that's what it has to be on. So here's our ADI, HSI, put them to prime, primary, perhaps, not quite sure. Okay, here's our attitude, press and hold. Okay, backup ADI, got that aligned, and press the cage button. Oh, by the way, I forgot the radar altimeter, if you want it. I suppose it's a good time to do it before you take off. Okay, coming back round, you can see I've missed a switch. Always forget this one. I've always forgotten about this one. CACDC. I normally put it to off and then reset, because I've noticed just doing reset, it doesn't always turn the light off for some reason. There we go. That's what was missing. Perfect. I'm going to do master reset, because the only light that is on is for the canopy, and we're very much aware that the canopy is up. So we can do our tack on if we want. F-4, very much like any other tack on in any plane. Here's our radio. So IFF, we want it on normal, for normal usage. There's our pitot heat, which will turn on when we get to the taxiway. There's some more lights for formation lights, if you want them. So what else? There's our climate control. Since it's quite hot, put it to cold. So we start cooling down when the canopy's on. Here's our DCE panel. All kinds of crazy things. There's our lights, if you want lights, it's there. Finally, our compass synchro. We left click it to synchronize, just hold it for a little bit and it's done. And what else are we missing? It's everything, isn't it? Yeah, it's exhausting to do. Let's see, ground checks. No, wheel trucks. Remove.
Roger. And the wheel chocks are out.
Perfect.
And we are good to go, sir.
Very good.
Bring it back to one piece.
Will do.
It is connected.
Throttle up. Come on. And we can get moving. You notice that the jet
Let's do it.
is so loud. It's unbelievable.
You planning to hit the deck on this flight?
No, we'll fly high. Thank you, Jester. Thank you, Jester, thank you. Okay. Slow down a little bit. Press D for the brakes. So this is more or less the quickest way of doing it. Obviously I was explaining most of it to you as I was going along, so you can probably do it even faster. And of course I haven't written it down at the time of recording. So yeah, still working on the bugs. If you have a human navigator, I do believe that once you get the right engine running, you can start the INS alignment. Though I might have to put a big disclaimer saying, no, don't do that, that's actually a lie. But I believe it is the right engine. So long as you've got it running and you've got the generator for it powering the plane, you can start it. But for whatever reason, Jester only does it after you disconnect. Okay, I know, I've still got the canopy open, so we'll close the canopy and we'll turn the pitot heat on. Got moving.
Canopy down and locked. Lights out. Stripes aligned.
And we'll move.
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive.
Just checking my angle of attack.
100 knots.
Okay. Pulling up slightly. There we go.
Gears moving. Flaps up.
And there we have it.
Gear up.
And we have a fuel tank. So now we turn it on. After we've taken off. Well, we should be getting a light for it. Anyway, it'll probably come on in a second. It's not as instantaneous. Sometimes you have to turn it on and off. Well, anyway, that's that pretty much. If you've got any other tips or suggestions, please let me know. As you probably saw, I made one or two minor mistakes. Really, that's the quickest way of doing it. There's our tank light. Yeah, I've noticed that happen a few times. You have to turn it on and off and then on again for it to start feeding. Anyway, so there it is. That's sort of everything you need to know, really. Hopefully you've learned something practical you can take with you. Yeah. Any suggestions about what I could enhance the checklist with, then I'll definitely make an update video. Okay, thanks for watching.